Hi, welcome back to my channel. So on my channel I post about videos for people like myself that blooming actually want to be extraordinary. So I'll dive in straight into this particular video. So it's more of like an adaptation of Olu of Canada's post on his blog. And then I'm like, all right, so he made a post about 15 things to do as a new student in Canada. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to do like 15 things to do as a new student in the UK. Importantly, I think you should consider securing your accommodation. That's the first step. So it's either you look for a place to stay at first, like a short-term space. Like when I first moved to the UK, that was like almost 2 years ago. So I stayed in Travel Lodge for a short period of time before I then looked out for a long-term housing option. Now the next step would be that you have to look for a long-term place to stay, because it's best if you actually try to maintain like a longer lease rather than hopping from house to house. It's not really good. And then is that while looking out for this long-term place, there are things that you should spot. The first thing is that check for mold, to be sure that you're not going to live in a place that's all moldy and horrible. The second thing you should check for is the heating, because for people that are coming in for September intake, it's going to be really, really cold. So you need to ensure that you have the right heating. I'm going to leave like some links for the things to look out for when trying to rent a place for long term. Now the third thing is that you should check the house and tap. So for instance, go into the kitchen, open the tap and see if it comes out with a lot of pressure, because you don't want to be in a place whereby you have to be managing water or just having to deal with a slow running tap. Now, the fourth thing that you should look out for, you should spot when trying to look for a long-term place to stay, is that you need to confirm the electricity and gas bill. Some places are so expensive to live in, very high ratings, and it might not be something you would be able to manage. So you should also look out for that. Now let's get into the main deal. How do you search for houses? I know that not a lot of people actually look out for their university apartments, but you get like a more comprehensive package just staying in the school apartment. You get all your heating, you get all your bills all sorted. So if it's something that you can afford, I think you should go in first for the university accommodation. Firstly, is that you need to reach out to the university designated guide for housing, because your university should have someone that you can easily reach out to, and then they provide you with an array of options and opportunities available for housing. The second person or second place you could look out for housing advice or housing options is your student union government. Guys, don't sleep on this. Your student union government, you get like loads of information from them, and then you can ask questions for housing advice. The third thing is that, of course, everything is online. You could get like 1 week free trial on Spare Room. I did that, and my current place, that's how I got my room. And then there's Gumtree. Of course, there's Facebook Marketplace. You could join on WhatsApp or Telegram groups, and then you can get like people posting on places that they want to rent. And also, don't sleep on the societies you belong to. For instance, I got also one of the places that I stayed in from church just by asking questions. I was looking at for a place and I got help. Also, people that are Muslims, you can ask from the mosques. Just speaking to people and asking them, you don't know what you might be able to get from them. And importantly, is that bonus tip or proactive step that you can take is that look out for societies. So just go onto the student union government website and then look out for the list of societies, and then go look them up on Instagram. For instance, during my time on campus, like I founded the Triple GG Society. You can look up us on Instagram, and then you can write us a message that you're coming to the University of Dundee, and of course we will be happy and glad to help you go through that transition from your previous home country into the UK and the University of Dundee. So stay tuned if it's what content you're looking out for here on YouTube. So guys, before I continue into the other aspects of this video, I just wanted to inform you that most of the landlords would require a deposit. So for instance, you get a house like £600 or £500, you might be asked to pay like almost the equivalent for your deposit. Now, for instance, this deposit will be stored with Security Scotland, and then after, when you're leaving, after all checks have been done and everything is all right, then you'll be giving back this particular amount. But in most cases, people do say that you get an interest on it. You have to double check that that's when you're leaving, just to ensure that you do not miss out on that particular benefit. So the second thing that I think I missed out on talking about in the earlier video was that you need to get, like, usually once you just join as a student, you have to go onto your student dashboard and then you print out a letter that allows you to rent, because most landlords would actually require to see that you are a student, and then you have like a letter to back that you would want to rent a property. And importantly, you should have your ID in an e-format, because it's so helpful. And most leasing agencies will want like a copy of your ID card, a copy of your letter from the university, and then of course your deposit, and then you begin to fill out the forms and all of that stuff. Now, the point 2 is that you need to get your BRP card. So ensure that you read all of the details from the UK government for people that are coming in during September intake. Read all the letters, all the email that the government sends across to you. Ensure you read them back to back. And of course, you need to follow the steps to ensure that you get your BRP in time. So I think during my time, some people collected their BRP from the post office. I had mine sent directly to my flat, so it was just pretty easy peasy. Now, the third thing to look out for to do as a new student coming into the UK this September is that you need to apply for your national insurance number. So that's like a unique identifier. And if you're looking for a job as soon as possible once you move here in September 2024, you need to ensure that you apply as soon as possible for your national insurance number. So most times it's just going to be like 2 letters, 6 numbers, and a particular letter at the end of it. Now, of course, there's so many reasons why your national insurance number needs to be done ASAP, because of course it helps with making contributions. You know, there are loads of things that are just linked to your national insurance number that you just can't escape it. So you should put that at the top of your list once you're coming into the UK this September 2024. So guys, your national insurance number, it needs to be done like ASAP. So usually after applying for your national insurance number, you get like a code before the main NI number. So just bear that in mind, and please guard the document jealously, and also ensure that you take a snapshot. Just keep an online version of the document, because most times when you're applying for jobs, it's part of requirements that you need to get that sorted. Also, when making application, and most jobs that you'll be applying for, perhaps once you get the job, you would be asked for your national insurance number. Another important thing that you need to do is that you need to go online and register and get a share code. So now this share code, I think it lasts for 3 to 4 months, and then you still have to renew it after a particular period of time. So just bear that in mind. Now, the fourth point is that, guys, please don't miss out on the welcome week. If you can, try and arrive in your university on time. Ensure that you bring all you need to the UK, and ensure that you are all put together, and ensure that you attend that first week of university. I think it's called like Freshers Week. Guys, you don't want to miss out on that. I missed out on all the lessons that would have helped me write better essays. I missed out on making friends on that particular day. I missed out on not knowing like every aspect of the university. I missed out on so many things, the things to do and what not to do. And then also you miss out on topics like, for instance, mitigating circumstances. You miss out on so many opportunities, so many societies to learn about, and also on so many fun events, just to know what exactly you are doing. So it's more like you are missing out on the onboarding session of a particular job. So you can imagine how that would be like. So guys, as much as possible, try and arrive early and don't miss Freshers Week. Now, the fifth point is that you need to update all of your documents on your university portal. So once you join your university, you'll of course be given like credentials to join the platform or your dashboard or whatever it's called in your university. Ensure that once you've joined in person in university, you go and update all of the tabs, your address, your portal, up to the current status of your being in the UK. It's very important. And if you need any form of help always speak to your IT team. Back on the University of Dundee, it was help for you, and you just need to raise a ticket that you're experiencing this particular issue, and of course would get back to you perhaps in a couple of days, or just walk into the school library or wherever office space that provides like IT support. So guys, this is just 5 of them. I have like 2 more videos to talk about the whole 15 new things that you should do as a student coming into the UK. If you did like this video, please like, please share, and please subscribe.